Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to our webinar today. Thank you for joining. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're joining us from. So yes, we are Askia, and we're going to be running a series of webinars in the month of June. So every Thursday, 4 o'clock UK time, we'll be running a webinar, and they're probably about half an hour. We're working with 3 technical partners in these sessions. We've got one by Christine from Askia, that's the next session, and then 3 technical partners. And basically the broad topic is simplicity is complexity done well. And this is an expression that we got from one of our clients who've been using Askia for a number of years now, and they're doing some amazing surveys. Huge amount of complexity, and I think that's true in many aspects of the world of market research. It's a very complex world, and any tools that we can provide that will help you make the job easier and simpler to run is going to be beneficial. So certainly that's happened with Demoscope. They're doing some incredible household surveys that start with CATI, and they spawn off web interviews for each of the different members of the household, and those interviews can talk and share data with each other. So it's worth reading if you can get to the blog article on our webpage. They've written a nice blog really for their clients, and we've put that onto our blog page as well. So all of the technologies we'll be looking at this month all attempt to do that, to provide simple solutions for quite complex problems. And what we're looking at today is Platform One, and this really is in the area of panel management, community management, trying to bring what is quite a complex world. There's a lot of different moving parts, different methodologies, so a mixture of qualitative, quantitative methodologies, trying to bring these together and provide the communities and the panelists with a very smooth interface. And we're going to be looking at that. So Ed is joining us from Platform One. Platform One is a sister company of Askia, so we're quite tightly integrated. The technologies are integrated. So if you run a survey in Platform One, it's actually running Askia in the background. In fact, we'll show you today how you can actually create Askia surveys from within Platform One itself. So I'm going to hand over to Ed. Ed told me we were trying to think of whether we would have fun facts. Well, I've got a fact. I'm not sure how much fun it is. He said he spent 2 summers going around America selling educational literature. So that's a fact. I'm not sure how much fun it is, but yeah, he also wasn't that bad because he went back for a 2nd summer. So I'm going to hand over to Ed now. Ed's going to take you through an overview of Platform One.
Thanks very much, Richard. Unfortunately, not all of us have exciting facts that we can spew out on command about ourselves, but I did my best. Yeah, thanks, Richard. So I'm going to be giving you guys an overview of Platform One. Should take maybe 15 to 20 minutes. And I thought the best place to start with that would be to start with the inspiration behind Platform One, which was that within the research industry, there's been an increased demand for a mix of methodologies. And Platform One was inspired by the negative experience of having to deal with lots of different software and tools to get different project types to work together. So the idea was to build a tool at the member level that could handle all of your research projects, as well as the management and the reporting tools built primarily around communities. So some of the main advantages you would get would be not having to learn to use multiple pieces of software. You'd have a much simpler participant experience because there would be no need to create multiple accounts or load up different applications. And lastly, with security being such a big concern right now, all the members' personal data stays in one place, so it highly reduces the risk of a data breach. As a result, Platform One has found its home with a mix of clients. There are large corporates running their own communities, as well as smaller firms. For example, we have a local council who uses Platform One to stay in touch with their community. There's also a charity which gives back to its community through support. And then there's a mix of research agencies that use Platform One as well. There's panel companies who use it primarily for the quant tools. There are pop-up community experts who use it for short-term, small qual communities. And lastly, there are the agencies which take full advantage of running long-term, multiple communities with a mix of qual and quant methodologies. So for, excuse me. So for the platform would not work if it didn't have an array of different project types to go along with it. And in terms of quants, we have our partners Askia, which help make absolutely anything possible. The platform's fully integrated with Askia, so data can be passed seamlessly between the two platforms. This allows you to do things like add profiling questions into a regular survey. So this can be used simply for something like routing if you're just piping in data, or you can actually get members to check and update their profiling information while they're doing their regular tracker survey. We also have a self-serve survey tool, which uses Askia's API, allowing you to build a robust Askia survey using just a simple click to add a question system. In fact, let me jump into the platform right now and show you how this bit works. So right now, you're looking at the project screen within the platform. Here is where all of your projects are kept and managed. All I'm going to do from here is click the Create New Project button. From here, you can see all of the project types you were just looking at. I'm just going to go and show you guys how to create a short survey within Platform One. So I'm going to click on the Short Survey tool. In the project creation screen here, I can make various adjustments depending on how I want my project to function. For this demo, I'm just going to keep everything with its default setting and just give my project a name. And then save it. And you'll see shortly that this project will now appear on my home page for me to access. And when I click it, I've got a list of various options available to me. I'm just going to go straight into the question builder and show you guys how that works. So again, remember these questionnaires are going to be built using Askia in the background, using the API. We have a list of various different question types available, including all the multimedia, so you can have video questions, audio, and upload images as well. And it was very easy to use. For example, I can just click single code, type in a quick question here, and that's it. That's done. I also have various options on the right-hand side. I can, for example, random the codes or add another option. But again, I'm just going to leave the defaults for now and click Save. You can also add questions from a library if you're using the same questions. If you find yourself using the same questions regularly, you can also embed questions from other surveys into your survey as well. And lastly, within here, there's also a routing option. So you can add routing to these questionnaires. Again, I'm not going to bother here today. I'm just going to leave it as a simple one-question questionnaire. I'm going to go back to my project screen and then publish that. And we'll come back and look at that again later. So coming back to the slides, we also have a range of qual projects available within our system too. So we have group discussions for online forum-based tasks. we have diaries for one-on-ones, and we also have live chats for live text conversations. Then there's our app projects, which include app surveys. These can be taken offline and filled out without an internet connection, and then uploaded again once the user has Wi-Fi. And we also have app diaries for iterated tasks that members can fill out sequentially or when they meet a certain requirement. Most importantly, we also have the ability to sequence these projects. For example, you can run a survey that leads into a series of group discussions and Pinboard, or you can take advantage of our instant community and actually create a small take a small sample to set up a pop-up community where you can schedule all of the tasks over a period of time. The advantage of this is moderators can view the results of qual projects and probe deeper in real time. It's also worth noting that all of our projects are multimedia capable, not just the surveys. So you can add images, videos, or files to group talks, diaries, live chats, or any of the app projects. And when we built the platform, we knew letting users access the right people was going to be very important. So we've made sure there's absolutely no restrictions in how you use the sample available to you. So I'm going to come back into the platform here and show you guys the sampling from the project that we just created. Again, I've clicked into that project, and I'm now just going to click the sampling button. From here, I'm going to choose to create a new set of sample. As you can see, there's various different options available to you. There's simple options, like I can choose all members or a random set of members. I can also duplicate sample from a previous project if I wanted to. Then we have our standard query builder, as well as cell-based query building and interlocking cell-based query building for when you want to get a NAT rep sample. I'm just going to jump into a regular statement-based query builder here. When building a query, you've got to remember all data is kept in the platform, so you can use any of it for sampling. So not just your registration and profile surveys, but any survey or quick poll you've done in the past, as well as any general information gathered by the platform. For example, you can use tenure, incentive points earned, or activity level. And you can also import external data to use too. Once you've sorted out your sampling, it's time to contact everybody. All email distribution is handled by the platform itself. There are various options available, including test launch and a soft launch to make sure the project is ready. And you can also track and monitor the response rates as they come in, and then use a reminder system which only targets members who have not taken part. With the reminders, you can also add a second layer of sampling. So if you're falling short on a specific quota, you can make sure only to go out to that specific quota. As well as tracking the results, you can also create dashboards within the system. Again, these dashboards are not limited by individual projects, but you can actually display data from multiple projects, data sources, and add any filters into any dashboard. So this allows you to splice qual data with quant results and vice versa. And the results are updated live. They're great for tracking data, and on short surveys, dashboards are created automatically for you to use. They can also be used for reporting, as you can add custom HTML tiles to tell the story of the data, and then they can be shared via password-protected links. And then for multimedia projects, we have our media center. So if I go back into the platform, I'm going to jump into our media center now. This is essentially where all of the videos and images are stored in the platform. And here I can use these to create a showreel. For example, I can click on one video and decide I want a certain time segment from it and apply that to my showreel. I can then take any other video and do the same thing. And you can see I'm slowly building up a show reel here at the bottom. Now we've spoken about how you manage the project, we can go into a little bit more about how you manage the members within your platform and how you can build a custom member experience. Platform One allows you to split members into different groups and display different content to each of them. For example, you could build a dual branded community where members will only see brands that they are part of. And of course, the member sites can be set up in multiple languages. So this overall gives you the option to create a truly customized member experience. And it works great alongside our dual incentive reward system, where members can earn redeemable financial points, as well as gain levels and badges in a gamification system. And both of these systems can be automated, so to get rid of the legwork that has to go on in the background. And Platform One is built to fit. The member website can be customized to any look and feel. You're not constrained by a particular template. You can pick or choose any relevant projects to target any specific segments that fulfill your needs. So you can really have a member portal, a member website that works for you. For example, here is the Askia's internal community website. And if I log into here, you can see you've got a simple welcome video here on the front. You've got your mission and values on the left and a quick poll to take part in here on the right. And if I scroll down, I've got a list of all my projects that are available to me. If I wanted to, I can go into any of these projects. This one being a group task, a forum, and I can see what other people have posted and even come up here and take part in it myself. Again, fully multimedia capable. I can choose to upload a video or image or file if I wanted to as well. Before I wrap up by showing you one of our new projects, I quickly wanted to mention security, as it's one of the key strengths of our products. And most importantly, we take security very seriously here at Platform One. So on top of our robust data encryption, we add extra column level encryption for personal information. You also have full control as to who has access to what bits of data. And then with dual factor authentication and regular pen tests, you can be sure your data is safe. So to wrap up, we can take a quick look into what's coming. After speaking to several of our clients, we found that qualitative researchers were struggling to find an end-to-end tool to help with the volume of qual data they often collect. So we decided to build one, and it's called Spotlight. The aim is to empower the researcher to be able to run the whole project. We have done this by adding automated project statistics page, and then having a seamless flow from project creation, through moderation, through analysis, all the way through to the top line report. This is achieved by allowing moderators to start the analysis while moderating the project. Spotlight lets you create insights and assign comments to those insights. And to help you find the relevant quotes, each comment is auto-tagged and has sentiment analysis applied to it in real time. And to make moderating easy, we allow you to bookmark where you left off, add notes, and directly message participants. We're really excited to announce that Spotlight will be added to the Platform One collection in the next release. Thanks very much, guys. I'll be handing back over to Richard for our quick Q&A.
Yes, one thing I didn't say at the start, which I should have done, so sorry about that, is that if you wanted to pose any questions, then the chat facility in WebEx is available. So I didn't signpost that. So we don't have any questions currently, but I'm sure there might be a few coming in. I had one, Ed, and I was wondering about videos and transcription. So I think I saw on one of the screens there that there is an option to transcribe the videos. Can you confirm that?
Yeah, so we have an automated machine transcription that can be applied to videos in the back end of the platform, which comes with the platform. It's about 70% accurate, which is good enough for when you're tagging and going through large quantities of videos. And we can offer human transcriptions as well, which are obviously much more accurate, but then there's an extra cost, obviously, with those if you were to apply those.
Yeah. And in terms of generally setting up communities for different languages, are there any limitations on what you can do language-wise?
No, not really. We have several clients using with several communities in multiple different languages. The front-end CMS system we use is fully multilingual, and Askia as well for the surveys is also multilingual. So there's no restrictions on what you can do language-wise.
Okay. Good. Well, we haven't got any questions. Yes, we do. Just as I said that, we got one in. So it's a question from Nicholas, who's saying, what about integration with mobile phones communities, such as Facebook, influencers and followers? Is there any sort of integration with social media or any other sort of feeds?
So we don't have a direct integration with feeds. We do have some single sign-on elements with Facebook, I believe, and Twitter. But in terms of synchronizing with their feeds, it's not currently available within the platform. So that at the moment, that information would be collected outside the platform and imported in, which is not a problem. Or we could, and I mean, that's something we haven't currently got on the roadmap, but something we could look into potentially too.
Mm-hmm. And I haven't seen another question since then. So maybe, Ed, if you go to the next slide, if you could. So we can still, if more questions come in, then that's fine. We can still answer them, but maybe I'll take this opportunity just to signpost the other 3 webinars that are taking place throughout the month of June. So next week we have Christine from Askia, who's going to be taking you through all our reporting suite. So that's Askia Surf for tracking surveys, that's Vista and Analyse. So looking at those. And then after that, on the 21st, we have Iris, which is a new, what we think, game changer in the market research dashboard design market. Russ, I think, from ETADS will be joining me for that one. And then on the 28th, we have a webinar on Codit. Codit is, again, a technical partnership with a company called Digital Taxonomy, and they have some very smart technology for coding verbatim open ends, and they'll be showing you that. So thank you very much for joining. If you do have questions and you didn't want to post them here, but you want to get in touch, then the 2 email addresses are there, or if you wanted to contact anyone else at Askia, if you already know people here. But yeah, I'm richard@askia.com, and then you've got Ed's email there. But thank you very much for joining. It's been a pleasure having you, and we look forward to seeing you on a future webinar. Thanks
very much.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, everybody.